there it is. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the El Dorado Planning and Zoning Commission to order. Mr. Ricker, can we have a roll call?
Yes, Commissioner Fellers is absent. Commissioner Fischetti. Here. Commissioner Hackler.
Here.
Commissioner Forge is absent. Commissioner Leeson.
Here.
Commissioner Letts.
Here.
Commissioner Long is absent. And Commissioner Watson.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Item agenda number 2, approval of minutes from the November 16th, 2023 meeting. Or excuse me, sorry, I'm looking at 2 different sets here. Approval of the minutes for December 21st, 2023. Has anybody had a chance to, everybody had a chance to look those over? And anybody have any additions or corrections to what was presented?
I looked them over, but I don't see any corrections that need to be made.
Okay.
So I move to approve the minutes.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Agenda number 3, new business. Item number 1, case number 24-01-REZ, public hearing for the consideration of a request to rezone approximately 33 acres along Southwest 10th Street from AR, Agricultural Residential District, to RS, Residential Suburban District. Mr. Rickard.
Yes, Commissioner, this property is located within our extraterritorial jurisdiction area outside of the city limits. On the map I've got up here, you can see just to the east is the El Dorado Business Park. Recently, in yellow here, you recall we rezoned that to residential. The applicant, Mr. Wilkinson, is asking to consider changing this from agricultural residential to residential suburban. He has a desire to plat the property, which will be an upcoming case before you. Here's a preliminary kind of layout of what the plat may look like, which was included in your packet as well. 5 large acreage lots for single-family homes. The Butler County Commission reviewed this case and voted to recommend approval to you all as well on this.
Okay. We'd like to open the public hearing at this point. If there's anybody who would like to speak on the subject or have any thing to say about it, now's your chance to step up to the podium and let's talk about it. Name and address for the record, please.
Roger Petsager on BHC Survey, 120 North Main. I'm working with Wade on this project. As of now, we've got 5 lots. He's wanting to build his own home back on the large lot on the back. And there's a little narrow strip there that Rural Water District 4 has that little square down the corner. And he's going to go ahead and dedicate, or I should say deed, that little 15-foot strip to the water district. I called it an access easement, and the county didn't particularly like that, so I went ahead and wrote him up illegal, and he's gonna deed that over to them.
Is the strip in between the lots there, is that for Mr. Wilkinson's drive access?
Yes, it's 100 foot wide. That will be his access, and it's wide enough that in the future, if they further subdivide to the north, they'll be able to build a street up through there.
Okay. And what is the little call out over on 35 over there? Is that just an odd shaped bump out into the turnpike property? Or?
Oh, yeah, that's part of the turnpike's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be considering the plat later on down the road. Really tonight, focus is the change of the use of the property from agricultural to the residential suburban. The plating though, we've worked closely with Roger and have no issues with it. And so that'll be coming to you at the next meeting.
Okay. Is the property that we just did, was it KB Farms? Was that, refresh my memory, please, that was moved to residential suburban?
Single family.
Single family.
R1. So the difference there, that was within the city limits.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Within the RS zoning, since it's outside of the city limits, both the city and county have certain requirements on how large the parcel has to be to have its own private sewer treatments, septic lagoon,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's why you see those larger lots.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Cutzinger? Okay, thank you, Roger. Anyone else wish to speak on the subject?
On the public hearing, we did get one, Miss April Kaufman, located at 3243 Southwest 10th. Just wanted to voice her concern this will cause an increase in traffic on a road that's in poor condition. Is also concerned with what it will do to the value of her property. So just to answer those, the road will continue to be maintained by the El Dorado Township. They have jurisdiction of that road. And honestly, the El Dorado Township has done a pretty good job keeping up on maintenance of that road, even outstretching what the city's able to do. So a lot of times we partnered with them on patching and things along there. And then unsure, I don't think this would have any impact to our own private property as far as values.
Is there a plan to increase the the width of the road and do something like that, since there's gonna be a lot more residential in that area and a lot more increased traffic?
Yeah, good question. So with the plat, you'll see is an additional dedication of more right-of-way. There's more right-of-way dedicated through the El Dorado Business Park portion to the east. And that's anticipation for a future arterial type of road. The transportation studies undergoing right now, even previous transportation studies, have looked at that corridor along there as another east-west arterial road through El Dorado to connect to the truck route, be it truck traffic or what have you, just something to lessen the volume off Central Avenue. However, that's a ways in the future and couldn't tell you when that may happen.
That's not gonna affect the new interchange that they're doing there, right? Or that they're planning on doing in that area?
No, that would be more affect property in the El Dorado Business Park as far as needing to take additional right-of-way. Where Mr. Wilkinson's property is, there is no plans for him to need additional right-of-way for the turnpike. It would look quite different though, but.
Yeah.
Anyone else for the public hearing? All right, I'll close the public hearing. Discussion from the commissioners. Anything from anyone?
We're just rezoning from
Yep.
agricultural to residential suburban, so.
All right, well, if we don't have anything, I'd entertain the motion.
I move to recommend approval of case number 24-01 REZ, an application by Wade Wilkerson to rezone approximately 33 acres in a portion of the southwest quarter of Section 5, Township 26, South Range 5, east of Butler County, Kansas, from AR Agriculture Residential District to RS Residential Suburban District.
I'll second.
Commissioners have been moved and seconded. We do a roll call on that?
Commissioner Fischetti,
Yes.
Commissioner Hackman,
Yes.
Commissioner Leeson,
Yes.
Commissioner Letts,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
All right. And will that go before the Butler County Commission again?
Nope, it'll just go to the El Dorado City Commission the third Monday in March.
Okay. All right. Item number 2, case number 24-02-REZ, public hearing for the consideration of request to rezone approximately 20 acres at the northeast corner of Southeast 20th Street and Teeter Road, AR, Agricultural Residential District, to RS, Residential Suburban District. Mr. Rickard.
Yes, Andy Jones owns this 80-acre tract. He has a desire to construct a single-family home on it, and is needing to deed the property where the home sits under a different entity than the pasture land, the ag land that he has surrounding it. With agricultural residential zoning, it can allow single-family homes, but it must be a minimum of 40 acres. He does not want to cut that 80 in half and just have 40 acres. So he's requesting this rezone to residential suburban to create this 20-acre tract to construct a home. On this map, you can see the orange shaded properties. Those are residential suburban zone properties outside of the city. So it fits with the area. The county commission also considered this case and recommended approval to you all as well.
They're out by the airport? Is that what
Yeah,
that is?
Yep,
that's
so
right there, I think.
Okay.
Southeast 30th, it's just to the north and east of El Dorado Airport.
Okay. All right. With that being said, let's open up the public hearing. Anybody want to step forth and talk about this rezone? Nope. Okay. And we will close that public hearing. And discussion from the commissioners. Anybody have anything?
The only thing I ask is about the end of the runway. That landing and takeoff on that runway basically goes pretty close to that. Does the city have any qualms about that?
No, we have it. We own adequate buffer from those approaches and departures at the end of the runways. So if it was of a concern, we would have owned the property. So there's a lot of, the city owns property outside even that section, so north of 30th and east of Teeter and west of Turkey Creek, so keep control of that.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, well, then I would entertain a motion for this.
I move to recommend approval of case number 24-02-REZ, an application by Andrew Jones to rezone 20 acres and a portion of the west half of the southwest quarter of Section 17, Township 26, Range 6 East, located at the northeast corner of Southeast 30th Street and Teeter Road from AR Agricultural Residential District to RS Residential Suburban District for reasons stated in the staff recommendation and heard at this public hearing.
I'll second it.
Commissioners, it's been moved and seconded. Can we get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Watson,
Yes.
Commissioner Letts,
Yes.
Commissioner Leeson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hackman,
Yes.
Commissioner Fischetti.
Yes.
All right. Next item. Number 3, case number 24-03-REZ, public hearing for the consideration of a request to rezone approximately 78 acres along West Towanda Avenue from AR Agricultural Residential District to R3 Residential Multiple Family Dwelling District. Mr. Rickard.
Yes, the applicant here, Mr. Struthers, just recently requested annexation in the city of El Dorado. That took place with the city commission at our last meeting. With that then is the rezoning of the property and eventual plating, which you'll see later on down the road. The applicant has a desire to construct a mixed-use type residential area. So that's why you see the R3 zoning. There may be some instances where there's a quadplex, a triplex, a duplex, a single-family home. It's just gonna be a mixed use of homes. I think they're still trying to vet and figure out what the market wants as well. So R3 gives them the most flexibility to meet what they're working on right now for what the market may desire. This is a concept rendering of the conceptual layouts. The area bound in the bold black is the 80 acres, the roughly 80 acres that we're considering for rezoning tonight. This area was also the area that was annexed into the city of El Dorado. You can see up in the northeast corner of the parcel where my cursor is rotating. That is going to be phase 1. They may make that 2 separate phases, so there may be 2 phases of development up there for homes, but that's just a concept rendering of what a potential layout may look like. Where they have red, they're thinking higher, denser residential uses, and the yellow, a less intensive.
Has all of this property already been replatted, or?
None of it's been platted. Just the area here was recently annexed. So they've asked for the rezone consideration, and they're working on platting right now.
Where the initial drawing goes extends way west of that property. Do they own that property as well, or?
Yes, Mr. Struthers owns the entire, what you see here, except there's one existing home here on Boyer Road, and then these homes along Towanda Avenue.
I see.
College Acres Edition.
Okay.
But he does own the rest.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, let's open up the public hearing. Is there anyone present that would like to speak on this rezone? No? All right, well, we'll close the public hearing. Discussion from the planning commission. Anybody have anything to add or questions?
With this being annexed, does that mean that anything that goes in there, the city will take over the sewerage and water and all that?
So with that, yeah, with annexation comes the municipal services, so, everything from sewer, water to, police, fire protection, all of that.
Does that fall on the city and the taxpayers, or does that fall on the owner? Or a combination?
Yeah, so with the development comes those infrastructure costs, the streets, the water lines, the sewer lines. There's portions of that the city at large, so the city taxpayers pay. An example would be water lines. And then the vast majority, the developer pays for. And they do that via special assessment. So those special assessments are placed on the lots. So when the lot's purchased and the home's built, whoever's living there is paying for the improvements to serve that property.
I guess that same question would apply to this because it's on the same road. And is there talk about extending and widening the road because it's going to be an increase of traffic in that area, especially right there by Butler County? I know the road looks really good until you get to about that point, and then it starts more of a gravel type.
Yeah, within
Small
the
road.
city of El Dorado's capital improvement plan has been a project. We have different levels of projects, ones that are, ready to go, ones that are just future we need to set aside, and that has been the improvement of Towanda Avenue from Haverhill Road to Boyer Road, and then Boyer Road north to 254.
You'll probably have to fix some drainage issues on there and stuff like that too, right?
Right, and
Okay.
there's a bridge replacement.
Yep.
The cost is quite significant. I think, if I recall, $6 million, somewhere in that range. At one time, the college was interested in it, and we had worked on a petition with some property owners in there, and just couldn't get it to move forward. But, one of these days it will happen. Part of that development, they will sign an agreement, since they're tying into what the city considers a non-standard road, that they would never protest the project in the future, to be part of the improvement districts to pay the cost.
So the hope here is in the red section that butts up right against Butler County College is more like duplexes, triplexes, multifamily homes,
I think
or
they're still
apartment
trying to
buildings
figure-
or
yeah,
something
just-
like that.
Denser residential use.
Kind of help people in who are coming to Butler County have a place to stay other than the dorms.
Are the yellow areas for the individual lots, I mean, I know this is all hypothetical because it's not been truly platted out yet. Is that intended on single-family residences or
Yeah.
more or less? I know one thing we are shy of in El Dorado is more homes. We need some more.
And it's just, even green lots to build homes.
Sure.
We also need them to
Okay.
be affordable.
Anyone have anything else? All right, entertain a motion on this one.
I move to recommend approval of case number 24-03-REZ, an application by West Struthers and Dean Construction to rezone approximately 78.3 acres in the west half of the northeast quarter of Section 9, Township 26 South, Range 5 East, in residential multifamily dwelling district.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Rickard, can we have a roll call on this, please?
Yes, Commissioner Leeson,
Yes.
Commissioner Hackman,
Yes.
Commissioner Letts,
Yes.
Commissioner Fischetti,
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Old business. Do we have anything in that department there?
Nope, we do not.
Staff items?
Next meeting, along with, it's not listed here, but the Belly Acres plats that you saw previously. And then we have a rezone request at 200 North Star. That is in old Stuffscope's dentist office there. It is zoned R3. We have someone interested in doing a commercial venture in there. And that's property that you would consider non-conforming. So it's been a dentist office forever. It existed in a residential zoning district. So this is just going to clean that up. That's all I have.
All right. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
I will motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Second it?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.